Anyways, now Liverpool fans. Liverpool fans, I need you to take a deep breath because your team is going through it. It's really going through it. I mean, like, they don't look like themselves anymore. Yeah, you look at the midfield, it's shaky. Look at the defense, man, it's leaking. The attackers are not clicking, man. What's up? So, today we are going to make bold calls on Liverpool and the rest of the big European games. Yeah, and maybe I would want us to break it down, know what's happening. And of course, you can also feel free to comment and, be part of the conversation. Yeah, so first off, let's talk about,
So Liverpool are going through the most incredible turnaround in fortunes, from being champions to being a wishy-washy team. It's unbelievable. I think, Mark, for me, it's a combination of factors. I know right now we're discussing Mo Salah. Mo Salah is dominating the headlines because he wants out, and I think he's going to leave the club.
Oh, definitely.
On matters to do with player versus club, Mark, you know me very well. I'm with Liverpool in this corner.
The signs
I'm
have been
not
there.
going to be with Mo Salah. No player should be bigger than the club. In as much as Mo Salah's name is among merits to be in any debate for Liverpool's greatest ever player. I think he's been a tremendous footballer for them, but no player is bigger than the club. But going back, Mark, for me, there are a combination of factors which have contributed to Liverpool being in the current state they're in. Before we talk about Mo Salah, and I know we discussed this earlier in the Mark conversation. One was the death of Jota. None of us, we did not know how the club was going to react to losing a player who was an integral part of their team last season and the season before. Because we can sit back here and talk about Diogo Jota dying and being replaced by the signing of Ekitike or Isak or whoever, or Fred Adverts. The fact of the matter is that this is death, and we all react differently to death. He was such a popular player in that dressing room. And even though Liverpool won their first 4 or 5 games in the beginning of the season, the impact of Jota was still celebrated, and they still do. I think at every 20th minute of every game they play in, whether it's the Carabao or the EPL or the Champions League, because it took something out of the team, and none of us really can explain how. Can control the emotions of how people react after losing someone who was part of the Liverpool fabric. Number 2, Mark, I think we underestimated the impact that Trent Alexander-Arnold had on that team. Liverpool fans obviously disowned him when he made it clear he wanted to join Real Madrid, but Trent was a very, very vital cog in that team, and part of Salah's struggles, I believe, have got something to do with Trent's departure, because they had such a chemistry, Mark, tearing teams down. Salah playing as an inverted winger and Trent running through. Trent actually freed up Salah most of the times because he was the modern fullback who was covering a lot of miles on the right side of midfield, and he freed up Salah. Number 3, I still do not know why Liverpool let go of Luis Diaz. He was such a very good player for them. He could play in various positions, scored so many goals for them, and even if he wanted out, Mark, I've seen teams hold on to players who wanted to go. If every player who wanted to go was let go by clubs, then players would be moving left, right, center.
Yeah.
Number 4, I think Liverpool make some, I won't call them panic buys, but they made some unwise buys because, yes, Darwin Núñez left, Diego Jota died, and Luis Diaz left. But I thought that in getting Fred Adverts, in getting Isak, I always thought that, and eventually Ekitike, it was going to be a very big challenge for the manager, for Arne Slot, to make them all work and hit the ground running. A couple of years ago, when Alex Ferguson lost Cristiano Ronaldo, if you remember that summer, that was 2009, and he lost Ronaldo to Real Madrid for a world record fee. Ferguson never press the panic button. I remember he signed Antonio Valencia, Gabriel Obertan, and Michael Owen. And odd as it sounded, United structure was not dismantled by those acquisitions. Of course, Ronaldo was a big loss.
Yes.
But the club went on, I think, to compete. They competed. They didn't win the league in 2010, did they? They didn't win it. But they competed.
No. United
they
won
lost
7, 8, and 9.
Yeah, they competed.
The
Yeah. I think they lost the title in the final of the season or second last day to
2010
Chelsea.
to Chelsea.
Yeah, to Chelsea.
Yeah.
But they did well. Even the Champions League, they reached the quarterfinals and were knocked out by Bayern. So I thought that Slot, he flashed the checkbook freely because they wanted Isak. Ekitike actually was supposed to go to United.
Yeah,
and Liverpool rushed in to owe him into. Florian Wirtz was given the commitment that he was going to be playing in central midfield as per Arsene Wenger's assertions, and that's why he opted for Liverpool as against Bayern. So when you put all the pieces together, Mark, Liverpool find themselves in this state. Salah hasn't been playing very well right now. Salah, I think, should have had, and this way I think Slot, if I'm proportioning some kind of blame, given Salah's impact on the team, Slot should have sat down with Salah and told him for reasons A, B, C, D, and F, G, I'm not going to start in these games. However, at a certain point X, I'm going to be starting into you. You do not treat Mo Salah the way you treat Conor Bradley. So that if I'm to fault Arne Slot, I'm going to blame him for that. Yeah. However, it is not Salah's position. You don't have a birthright to say I should be starting games because I'm Mo Salah. No.
The way he said it, I also don't like or don't buy. I give him the benefit of doubt in two ways. One, because he's a nice guy, and two, because of things getting lost in translation. I mean, English is not his first language.
But Salah speaks good English. No, Salah speaks good English.
He speaks very good English, but it's not like yours and mine.
Salah speaks better English than Cristiano Ronaldo.
But
it's from a British colony, Egypt.
He hasn't spoken it for the 50 years of his life like I have or you. So it's still different.
Yeah.
He had to learn it
but every statement was very measured. You could see he had scripted it.
Yeah, okay. But I'll say this.
And he knew what he was saying.
I'll say this. Look, I didn't like the fact that he said that I can't. Why am I sitting on the bench? And that, but what I didn't like also is that Arne Slot, for somebody who's such a Liverpool legend that he has broken records set by people like, the Dalglishs and the Robbie Fowlers, the Michael Owens
Ian Rush.
and Ian Rushes. He's smashing each one of those records. And he has won a championship in your first year and everything. And he has, before you came, he already won a championship and a Champions League as well. Why don't you talk to them? Why don't you? And Salah said, look, I had a good relationship with this guy, and now there's no relationship. He didn't say it's bad, he said there's none. He doesn't talk to me. Explain it. Say one or two things about why you're dropping him. Besides, because you have a very long season. Yes, say, look, you're in bad form, I'm thinking. It might have something to do with fatigue. So you've played for too long. Yeah, just let me rest you for a few games. Yeah, and as you pick yourself up and the team picks up, and let's see a few things. Then don't let him in the dark. But the way Salah was saying it also, he didn't think it was just down to the coach. He thinks the club wants to get rid of him. He seemed to insinuate that it was bigger than that. But also the thing is that what he didn't acknowledge in there, which is what I didn't like, in saying that why am I sitting on the bench, is to not acknowledge that he hadn't been playing well. Because there's a difference between when Cristiano Ronaldo was thrown out by Ten Hag and when Salah has got the same problem as Ronaldo with Slot. Because Ten Hag was actually not playing Cristiano.
Yes.
He was making him warm up when the games were ending.
Yes.
Yeah. But Salah has been starting every game, and Liverpool have been losing until these last three.
Yes.
So it's not as if he didn't give him a chance. He actually did. The games we should have substituted him, and he didn't.
He's been playing badly.
He was poor. He's been poor, as has been the rest of the team. But I agree with Mark on a few things. On one, the Trent Alexander-Arnold thing. And Alexander-Arnold had picked up his form in Madrid, but now he's injured. But it hasn't helped Salah that there's not the one person to get used to playing with.
Yeah.
The right back has been changing per game.
Yeah.
Today's Frimpong, tomorrow it's Szoboszlai, the other day it's Conor Bradley, and Joe Gomez, the last game, and things like that. So that's instability.
And none of them can lace the boots of
Trent as far as passing the ball is concerned. But at least if there was consistency, he would get used to a new guy. But also, yeah, that bit, I also agree with Mark on there was a bit of duplication in the way they shopped. I mean, if you buy, Isak and Ekitike are the same player.
Exactly.
They're playing through the middle. They're not, because you're playing in a 4-3-3 with two wide forwards.
They're the same players, yeah.
And these guys are not going to play wide.
Yeah.
Either one of them.
Yeah.
Which actually Diaz and Nunes could do.
Very well.
Because they were all number
well.
nines, but they could
Yes.
play wide if Jota was occupying the number 9 position. And if they were asked to play 9, they would
And actually,
quit,
the bigger
which
problem,
also Gakpo
the
can
bigger
do.
problem for Liverpool,
But
Mark, is
Ekitike
that
and Isak can't.
when they signed Isak,
Yes.
Ekitike was scoring in every game.
That was the other problem.
So you should have kept the guy in, but because you've signed the record British buy, you're compelled to start him, and then Ekitike benches, and strikers thrive on confidence and goals.
Absolutely, yeah. It doesn't help, of course, that then it goes to come for Isak and Ekitike steps off the bench and scores then.
Exactly.
Like in this draw, the last game, he started and scored twice before, in that draw. But the thing is, so there's that instability. And when you bring Florian Wirtz in and you've guaranteed him a starting place, it's in a 10 slot, which is Szoboszlai's. So what has happened is that when Wirtz first came in, Slot started improvising for Szoboszlai. He played him at right back, ahead of proper right backs.
I actually think Szoboszlai has been Liverpool's best player this season.
Yeah.
I think in my reckoning.
Yeah, I think he has. Yeah, he and Ekitike.
In a poor, he and Ekitike,
have been the better
in
players,
a poor
yeah.
season, he's been their best player. He's played many positions.
Yeah, but ironically though, the last few games Wirtz has actually played really well.
Yeah, but he's not anywhere close to Liverpool's
Oh
best
my
player
God.
this season.
No, I'm not close to the advance of Leverkusen. But anyway, having said all that, it's a make or break week for Arne Slot. You can't, because sometimes what seals the fate of a manager is timing. You can't have fallen out with Salah in a week in which, after all the criticism, of all the points you've dropped and all, you actually have to play Inter Milan and, because you have the two predictions for us.
Oh, yes.
It's Inter Milan in midweek and then at the weekend.
Brighton.
Brighton, yeah. Those are two tricky games. If you don't win those, if you don't play Salah and you don't win them, you're in trouble. If you play, if you cozy up to Salah because of what he has said,
And you lose,
and lose them,
in trouble.
everybody say this guy can't make decisions. He doesn't have the cojones.
Yes.
And,
the only way forward, Mark, the only way forward for Liverpool
is
is
to win these games.
that's one. But I think the only way forward is that Salah and Liverpool have to part ways. It's almost inevitable.
But I'll say the other thing as well.
I don't see them ending.
Regardless of all, poor Slot, again, I said timing is bad. In all honesty, Salah should have made the decision to leave Liverpool on a high at the end of the season,
not
having
like
won the
this.
Premiership,
Not like this.
and go to Saudi. Not like this, because you run out of legs. I saw it with Yaya Toure at Man City.
Yeah.
I saw it with Essien at
Chelsea.
Yeah. You put so much into 6 straight years.
Yeah.
Is that one day you wake up and you can't move.
Yeah.
You can't,
And that is happening to Salah. And you can't admit it because you've been so good before.
Wayne Rooney at United, it happened.
One season you wake up and you just can't play.
Yeah.
So he
Not
should have left.
motivated
He
anymore.
should have left in the summer.
Gabriel Batistuta, as we wind up, Mark, Gabriel Batistuta was such a prolific goal scorer, but one day he just woke up and the goals dried up.
They dried up.
Like
He just couldn't score
and he just
to
retired.
save his mother.
Just couldn't
So
score.
the thing is that Salah, I think, remained behind, largely inspired by also individual records. Because he was on the verge of breaking several of them. Even now,
Yes.
even you can imagine, even unthinkably, even Alan Shearer's 260 goal record was in sight.
Yes.
You can't put it past him if he played for another 2-3 years.
Yes, he would break it.
So-
He would break it. He would break it,
So
yes.
So I think one of the things that made him stay, because if it was because the money in Saudi Arabia that is offered to a man like Salah, if he went to Al Hilal or some other club, it's amazing, and it's a culture in which he would fit, and
being a
it's a
Muslim.
league whose profile is raised.
Salah's contract
by
right
his
now
presence,
is worth 32 million pounds. The Saudis would pay that in a blink of an eye. They would be happy to pay it.
Oh, yeah.
And whether Al Nasri or Al Ittihad, Al
Proper
Hilal.
retirement package, and Saudi would not have gotten into Salah's the way of Salah and the World Cup with Egypt.
No, they wouldn't.
Like other players from other countries, they
Afcon,
make
they
the decision to
wouldn't.
go to Saudi, they are forgotten.
Yeah.
But there's no way Egypt would leave him out because he was
Impossible.
in Saudi Arabia.
Impossible.
So
Same
the
with
World Cup
Mane.
was never a threat.
Same with Mane and Senegal.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
now let's get into the fixtures then. And of course, on top of the table, we have Inter Milan, Liverpool, which is next week on Tuesday.
No. That's tomorrow night, I think.
That's Inter Liverpool.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
going
the Champions League
for
match tomorrow night.
Inter Liverpool.
Tomorrow
I'm
is-
going for.
Tuesday next week.
I'm going for.
What do I feel like?
I'm going for. Wow.
Who's playing at home? You said Liverpool, Inter, or Inter Liverpool?
Inter Liverpool.
Inter at the San Siro. I'm going
Champions
for
League.
a 2-1 Inter Milan.
I'm going for X2. I'm going for either a draw or a Liverpool win. I think these are the circumstances under which you work up a seat mentality in the dressing room. I also think they are playing away from home right now is good for Liverpool because the pressure at Anfield with everything that has happened.
They were at Elland Road, Mark.
I think, no, but they were in England. They were in England. That's what I'm saying. But and Elland Road, by the way, is not too far from Merseyside, if you like. Yeah. But having said, and there are plenty of Liverpool fans. Having said that, though, the scrutiny is different with an English Premier League game to the Champions League away. So I'm thinking they get the draw. If they don't get it, if there's a winner on the two, it's Liverpool actually upset Inter, if you like, upset.
Mark has spoken. Guys, next we have Madrid, Man City on Wednesday.
Wow.
Champions League
Yes.
on Wednesday, and this is in at the Bernabeu.
I'm going for a high scoring draw. I'm going for a 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw, yeah? I'm going for Madrid. Their wheels have fallen off lately. Lost in the league to Celta Vigo, dropped so many points. They're now 4 behind Barcelona, having led by 5. I'm going for X2. I'm going for either a draw or City win away at the Bernabeu. I'm being bold this time.
I see that.
Calling serious away wins. Yeah.
Being bold is calling one result, not guarding your result.
That's virtually the same result.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. The away team has the advantage virtually in both games, Inter, Liverpool, and as well as this one. Yeah.
Okay.
Not this back is calling for home wins. Yeah,
I'm going for a draw.
Okay.
I'm going for a draw. I'm not saying X2 or an X. I'm going for a draw.
I've gone for 2 X2s.
At the Bernabeu,
Yeah.
yes.
2 X2s. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then come the weekend, we have Chelsea, Everton.
That's a Chelsea victory, I think. Everton have
Well, they've done well lately.
they've done well lately, but Chelsea have got to bounce back after dropping points against Bournemouth. I'm going for a 3-1 Chelsea.
I agree with you. I'm going for Chelsea win as well. 2-1.
And then we come back to Liverpool, Brighton.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. Well, and Salah says that could be his final game for the club.
Yeah, so the emotions are
Very,
going to be...
very reckless.
It's going to be a very emotional place, Anfield, on Sunday. Is it a Sunday game?
That is very disrespectful to the club. You do not set an ultimatum and then you...
And yeah, it's not down to you. You're under contract.
not down to
Why
you.
are you
Why
announcing your
announcing your
departure?
departure?
Actually, you saw him waving to the fans.
Yes,
even in this
yes, I
it
saw.
was like a goodbye.
And saying you've given tickets to you told your parents to come and watch this game, the Brighton game, my final game. It was very reckless of him. I'm going
Threatening.
for, and it's at Anfield, I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
Liverpool win. I'm thinking they're going to show character in these 2 games against Inter and Brighton when they really need to, and the scrutiny is on them. I'm going for Liverpool win. I'm going for Liverpool to beat Brighton in a very exciting open game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we have, is it Marseille?
Marseille.
Marseille, yes.
Yeah. Is it a French?
Mason Greenwood, yes,
Yeah.
the French team, Olympic Marseille.
Yeah, Monaco.
Marseille
Versus
Monaco is,
Monaco.
and one of the reasons why I loved for us to have that on our predictions is because of Mason Greenwood on one side and Paul Pogba on the other. By the way, many people out there don't know that Paul Pogba is playing again.
Former teammates,
Oh my
yes.
God. No, personally,
No,
no.
Pogba,
I
because
had no
he's,
idea.
after the ban,
Yeah.
Monaco bought him and then said they would not play him for the first 3 months of the season so he could pick up on his fitness and all. So Monaco have been playing and he's not been playing.
That
And Monaco are
should be
doing well.
interesting.
Both teams are doing well.
He
Even
came,
Marseille.
he,
That
he's
should be
played 2
interesting to
games already. He
watch.
came and made his debut quietly. Nobody the world was not talking.
Yeah.
And I think he prefers it that way.
That, yeah.
But against Marseille, the
That'd be a
cameras
good
will be there.
surprise.
So Greenwood versus Pogba. Of course, Greenwood has Aubameyang and others for company.
This is another draw, 1-1.
I'm going for 1x. Marseille to win it or Monaco to get a draw. But I think, Mason Greenwood and Aubameyang at home. And they've got the George Weah's son as well. That attacking trident of Marseille with Timothy Weah and Aubameyang and Greenwood is proving unstoppable in the French league. Not that Marseille are leading the league. Actually, Lens are leading ahead of PSG.
Yeah.
But Marseille, I think, are good, especially in a home game. So I'll give it to them. If Pogba and company fight enough, maybe a draw.
Okay. And then lastly, we have Man U, Bournemouth.
That's Monday Man, you have been playing on the Monday games.
The hardest team predicting the APL is Man United. You do not know what to expect.
No, but lately, I mean,
And for me, the three teams in the Premiership,
Hasn't
which
been
over the
bad.
last 4 seasons have beaten United every time they first them, include Bournemouth. It's Bournemouth, Brentford, and Brighton, the Bees.
I'm up for a 2-1 Man United.
And,
2-1 Man United.
Oh, interesting. Let me see.
2-1 Man United.
Yeah, I'm going for 1x. Mark thinks that I've done these things deliberately because I'm helping betting people out there. So I'm going.
But you're helping them, but you're also a coward.
No,
So
there's no coward.
I'm going for Man United.
This is very
2-1.
realistic for betting people out there. Where I've said X something, take note. I'm going 1x. Man United, Bournemouth, Monday.
We shall hold you
my
accountable next week.
all right,
So
guys.
United either win it, or if Bournemouth do well, they steal a point.
Hey, and with all the drama lined up, guys, this week in sport looks to be insane, like terribly insane. But I mean, feel free to always, comment down below, share with us your predictions. Let's be part of the conversation all together. It's always amazing to have you with us. So stay tuned. Till next time.